Now, let's be abundantly clear. There is a thin line in life between recognizing and addressing a genuine threat. Like recognizing that something is genuinely dangerous, right? And inflating it beyond the fear factor to cause panic. Effectively becoming the PR agent, becoming the hype man, if you will, for said threat. Trump did this with MS-13 all the time. You would think that you would believe that from Trump talking, MS-13 is the only gang in the country. It's all from South America. They all come up here. There's no MS-13, born into the system up here, which it actually started fucking here, but whatever. And one of the reasons, we tried to kick some of these people out. Well, you can't. They're Americans, asshole. You can't just, they look Spanish, drop them in Guatemala. It doesn't work that way. So Trump, though, was MS-13's fucking hype man the entire time he was in office. There was a reason why Obama called ISIS the JV team. There's a reason why, for better or worse, Bush was like, Osama bin Laden, I don't really think about him that much. Because by saying, yes, he's a genuine threat, they raise money on that shit. I think Bush had other reasons on top of that, but he could use, with plausible deniability, the reality that this is a genuine danger, but if I give them too much attention, they will use it as a recruitment tool. And Trump didn't care. I mean, MS-13 recruited on the idea that the president couldn't get their name out of their mouth when Trump was in office. And the same thing is true of fucking Bannon. Bannon is a clown. He doesn't lead anything. He's a follower. He's the, like I said in my tweet, he is what he's always been. The fattest tick on the slowest dog. And so I'm not, nor should anyone in my audience be genuinely concerned that he is the Charles Manson of this fucking movement. Because he is so not. He's a money weasel who, through his podcast, plays up certain right-wing talking points, bounces it up a little bit. Yes, the use thing where Laura Ingham I'll play that at the end of the show, just to remind me. And yeah, he's got a podcast. He's a troublemaker. It's bullshit. He does not control anyone. Everybody was like, he tells people to go to, I saw this on the fucking news yesterday. He tells people to go to school board meetings and they show up. Like, motherfucker, these people were already going to these things. He uses militaristic language to act like he's giving orders to people who are already there. Yeah, he's a weasel. There's nothing to him. And the news needs to, oh my God, Steve Bannon can snap his fingers in an army of, fuck off with that nonsense. He coordinated money for other people. He's not a visionary leader. He doesn't have a group of followers the way, arguably, the Flashpoint people do. Right? It's not a church. The guys at Flashpoint are more worrisome as far as directed behavior than Steve Bannon is. He's just a tick. So I don't buy it. And so I'm not worried about anything he says, because you have to look at it through the lens of clowning that it actually is. Yeah, he's got shock troops. Right. Get the fuck out of here. It would be shocking if he had soap.
You see these signs right here?
Oh, hold on. Why is that? Oh, I see. There you go. One more thing. You see these signs right here? Yes.
You see these signs right here and the guys over here saying insurrection and all that? That's what this country's about. It's freedom of speech. They got their opinions. We have our opinions. Okay.
Well, no. They have their opinions. You have a subpoena. You do realize everybody there is not there for the same reason you are. Also, for the record, Steve Bannon called this guy, this lawyer who worked on Trump's impeachment, I think he called him a moron. Let's see. Bannon calls Trump's impeachment. Hold on 1 second. I just make sure I'm typing in the right field again. It happens. Lawyer A. Yeah, here you go. Steve Bannon turns to Trump impeachment lawyer he previously mocked on his podcast. Let's see. What after being indicted, blah 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 blah. Showing his representative Trump associate past Steve Bannon reportedly retained Trump lawyer from the second impeachment. David Schoen as his attorney. Bannon railed against him at the time. Here you go.
Sean's comments last night miss the mark. And now we're in a terrible situation. A terrible situation. And if this is the lawyer that's going to get up there, and if those are the arguments, President Trump's not going to be convicted. Not going to be convicted. I don't know. They got 4 or 5 votes. You know, the haters, the Romneys and the Sasses and things like that. But that's not the point. The point is not they're going to point and go, hey, it was 55-45. It was bipartisan, his most bipartisan impeachment vote. And then this guy shows up last night with the beard, right? Hey, you know, I don't look great with a beard either, but man, the beard's got to come off. You can't go in there like the absent-minded professor. You got to bring the heat.
Bring the heat. How about try hot water, you dipshit? Bring the heat. You don't look great with a beard. Dude, you don't look great ever. But then he goes, this is the dude he's talking about. This is it, bring the heat. See what I mean? This is like macho bullshitting is hysterical. There is nothing there. And the best thing about Steve Bannon is he stole $25 million from Trump supporters to build a fake wall. Like, it's literally the greatest service he's ever done for the country. It's just stupid. It's macho nonsense. We're going to bring the heat. We're going to bring it. We're shutting this down. Don't tread on me. Gadsden flag, Gadsden flag.
Hey, hang on. They have their opinions. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the misdemeanor from hell.
Yeah, that, I got to say, like, I would call Eric Erickson or somebody, Frank Luntz. Call Frank Luntz. Misdemeanor from hell? That, I don't know. That sounds like you're being, let out of a massage parlor in a towel. Misdemeanor from hell. This is going to be the traffic ticket from Hades, mister. I'm going to have your badge. I'm not actually a police officer. I work for a private company licensed by the city to give out tickets in these situations. The legal aspect of that is handled by the city. Don't talk back to me. This is bullshit. I can park in a red zone next to a fire hydrant in a school zone where I just went 70 miles an hour on a kid if I want to. Do you have any idea who I am? Yeah.
Merrick Garland, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe Biden. Joe Biden ordered Merrick Garland to prosecute me from the White House lawn when he got off Marine One. And we're going to go on the offense. We're tired of playing defense.
Which time? Like day one? Steve. Dude. There's no way, like, what, the first landing? Is that, like, after he was inaugurated? And they, like, the first time, like, this is my first trip. How do I want to commemorate this? What's on your mind the most? The rescue package we're trying to get through, 1.9 trillion, the biggest in the country's history that will right this economic ship, even if people haven't noticed it yet. Fix the goddamn thing. No, it's not it. How about what's going to be the Build Back Better plan you've been talking about for a long time, or the executive orders you just did to undo? No. Simmer down. Shush. Steve Bannon, I want you to go after him. Merrick Garland's not even here. He's not confirmed yet. Shit.
The offense on this and stand by. By the way, you should understand Nancy Pelosi is taking on Donald Trump and Steve Bannon. She ought to ask Hillary Clinton how that turned out for them, okay? We're going on the offense.
Well, she didn't have to turn herself in to the FBI. I mean, people yelled lock her up for like years. They're still doing it. And it happened to you. Are we back? Are we back? Just the sound of my breath. Just I literally with him going. I'm surprised his mic didn't go.
Hell, Steve, what inspired you there?
Yeah, Steve, what inspired you? What was the first thing that was going through your mind when you denied a congressional subpoena, had every opportunity to show up legally, and then they had to put an arrest warrant out for you because you spit in the face of the American legal system, and then you declared effectively war on the administration by essentially declaring yourself a Confederate, while by the way wanting the Fifth Amendment rules against self-incrimination to still apply to you. It's funny that you can use the Constitution while at the same time trying to wipe your ass with it. Yeah, ASMR for Proud Boys. Ew.
Well, I think Jack Maxey, your work, Miranda Devine, The Hard Drive from Hell. Listen, the
hard drive from hell. Yeah, just I don't know. All I can say is from hell in my languaging. It's all I have.
It's a misdemeanor, and I don't want to get into the legal parts of it because I got a great legal team that's joined by.
Great. They're good. Hashtag the best people.
Costello and other, they're just coming on the case to get it up to speed, but we're not.
Yeah, it's gonna take them a while to figure out standard legal boilerplate, fucko.
Just sit there and take punches. We're going on the offense, and when I say offense, there's a. You got to get to the bottom of what Joe Biden, basically ordered my prosecution, what Merrick Garland's role has been in this, DOJ, Nancy Pelosi, the formation, the structure, the substance of this committee.
Well, I mean, Steve, I'm certain you're not the first person to say the mayor has told people to get tough on crime, and therefore, Your Honor, as a murderer, I have been targeted by the mayor.
Look, we've avoided talking about this forever because to me it's all noise, not signal. But,
also / military terms, also, ops. Did I say ops? This is, we got a, DR-45 drop bang boogle.
I will tell you, they took on the wrong Irishman here, right? Because.
Dear God.
The Irish are born fighting like the Scots.
What? Fuck off. It's all of a sudden he's Irish. That's what it is. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm sick of this anti-Mick prejudice. The fucking Irish. The born fighting. It's like saying they're born drunk with as Dylan Martin would say, with a pig under their arm. Oh, I'll paint your house, but I'll steal your ladder in the process.
We're gonna get very engaged here. I hired a legal team that.
Do they speak Gaelic?
Is set.
Are there any leprechauns on the team?
Go on offense, and they're just not going to sit there.
Do you recognize that the president's family is Irish?
And take this nonsense from the U.S. attorneys and from.
It's not nonsense. It's Gaelic. It's a little hard to pick up. I've tried myself. It's the hard part is finding a speaking group you can join. It's not like Mandarin or French where you can watch some movies and pick it up. It's a bitch. Work on it. Sorry.
Garland, it's just not going to happen. We're going on offense, and I think people.
No, you're not. We're going on offense. How? I'm going to have my lawyers file briefs to try and get me to not have to honor the subpoena. Oh, you mean defense? Get fucked.
Just should stand by because we're going to get to the bottom of all of this, including Pelosi's role.
Psst, Steve, wherever you are, that's the bottom. That's how everyone around you determines the bottom. You know what I mean? Like in Basketball Diaries or any movie about drug addiction, where somebody just realized that they had a less than zero moment. You know what I'm saying? Everyone around you looks over and sees that they're sitting next to Steve Bannon and goes, yeah, I got no place to go but up.
Thompson's role, Merrick Garland's role, Joe Biden's role. So they better, I know they're going to be rethinking their...
Hey, asshat, the biggest point of concern is your role in January 6th.
Executive privilege here in the next couple of weeks, but it's outrageous. That doesn't even get into the whole thing of executive privilege and what's happening with President Trump, et cetera. But to me, this is so...
Yeah. You mean the guy that you didn't work for 3 years up to that day and had no right to executive privilege on, and it's the current president's job to decide whether it qualifies, and also the things that you're accused of would not be covered under executive privilege fucking ever.
Outrageous, and that's what I was saying. People should understand on that clip right there, there are people over there calling us insurrectionists, you're traitors, the guys with signs. My point was, hey, we're here, I'm here fighting this for the...
No. If you were fighting this, technically, if you were taking it on the offense, the second they asked you to speak, you would go down there and lay out your case and obliterate the January 6th committee in one sit down. Right? You're just on defense. Asshole, you turned yourself in because they were going to cuff you up.
People too. We're the United States of America. People have different opinions. Okay? They have different opinions.
Yes. But one thing we can all agree on, soap, Steve, soap. Soap. Something with glycerin lye in it. Something preferably that has a scent that can... We all agree. Everyone, that's why they asked you to sit near the window. Also, for the record, not to get too Alex Jones on this whole thing, Steve, but let's just say you are operating under the premise that you are someone that the president and the entire Department of Justice have it out for, the president of the United States of America, and that they are willing to break laws to get you. I wouldn't sit near an open window. Otherwise, people might think you're full of shit.
That's what this country is based upon. It's the most fundamental of our freedoms, along with freedom of religion. And so that's what the fight is. And hey,
freedom of speech? What are you looking at, dude? How is this a First Amendment thing? I was at the Willard on January 6th for church services. We were all praying that Rudy didn't get indicted for sexual assault. Get the what?
I will just tell you, they picked the wrong guy to take on in this. So we're down for the fight.
Yeah, I'm sure they're shaking in their boots, Steve. I'm amazed. I myself, I'm nervous. I may have to crawl under the desk and lay in the fetal position with a cat, just weep. My fear that we have awakened this a sleeping giant asshole, and the smell alone could equal 5 times the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima.
You see these?
Yeah. I love how this is how he wants to categorize this. That was the fallback, guys. By the way, this is his first address after coming back from that. And we're supposed to be scared of this fucking guy. Now, I understand that in the world of dum-dums, the manipulative asshole is king. And clearly, the people he's trying to appeal to are predisposed to think, the sun shines out of Trump's ass and the best way to get a tan is to get your face right up in it. However, this is fucking meaningless. They're going to file papers. He's going to fight this. It's going to take a little while. They're in the process. They're going to fail. They're going to get his devices. they're gonna, and he'll fight him and not have him, or he'll be destroying shit. Like, no, I ground up that phone I had. Well, it's okay. We've got a warrant for AT&T or whatever the fuck. Now, granted, Steve Bannon's probably got a Russian burner and all kinds of shit like that, and uses a VPN to hide where he is and all that kind of stuff. He needs Irish Spring, right? That'd be the one thing. Hygiene is socialist. Is Steve rich? He used to be. Not necessarily now. He lives off of, he suckles from the teat of Mike Pillow now. That's his deal. So, yeah, one word, cloud. Exactly. None of this is, like, this is blather, kids. This asshole